If you work out at home and you simply want to get bigger, then you've clicked on the right video, because today I'm just going to be going through on how you can get massive at home with some equipment that you can buy, but also with some body weight exercises. Now let's start. So I'm going to break this video into 3 sections. There's going to be a push day, there's going to be a pull day, and then there's going to be a leg day, which is basically a push-pull leg split. You can change it into an upper-lower split, but today I'm just going to be going through like the kind of split that you should do, and I'm going to explain each section. Now for push day, which is chest, shoulders, and triceps, start doing some push-ups. If push-ups are too hard for you, you can start doing knee push-ups if those help, and make sure to try and perfect your form, because I do see beginners make mistakes where their butt is lifted up in knee push-ups. So just make sure just to check your form, record yourself doing them so you know that you have the right form. So push-ups are basically the staple foundation on your chest, shoulders, and triceps. And once you get stronger, you can try out harder variations, archer push-ups, planche push-ups, I think that's what it's called. And for the triceps, if you really want to train them, you can do close grip push-ups. For the front delts, which is the muscle located right here, the front of your shoulder, you can do some pike push-ups, which are very great. And, once you start to get very strong, you can start doing some handstand or assisted handstand push-ups. But just one very great tip that I learned recently that you should definitely be doing in push-ups once you get better at them is you should stack 2 books on top of the floor and put your hands on both of them. So once you get that full range of motion, the stretch is going to be so much deeper, and I guarantee you that your gains will definitely be more than if you didn't have those books on the ground. So yeah, to end things off, I would just do 3 times failure of push-ups. If those are too hard for you, then do knee push-ups. And I would also do like 2 times failure of close grip push-ups for the triceps. And if pike push-ups are too hard, you can do knee pike push-ups, which kind of exist. Now for pull, which is back and biceps, this one is actually going to be a lot more harder, since there are not many body weight movements you can do without equipment at home that will train your back and biceps. But just make sure to buy a pull-up bar. They're like $10 online. There might be some that are even less. Just start doing pull-ups every single day. Even if you can't even get one in, try assisted pull-ups. Trying to have like maybe a family member help you push up a little bit. Or you can buy like a band from online that could also help with getting yourself up faster. But just make sure just to do some pull-ups at home. So yeah, that is basically for the back. And for the biceps, I would just recommend you just to do some chin-ups, which is where you have your palms facing towards your face and you do the pull-ups. And lastly, an exercise that is going to be pretty tricky to find, but again, you can buy some cheap equipment for it too, is you're going to be doing a horizontal movement, since when you do pull-ups like this, you are making your back wider, but you also want a thicker back too, so you have to do some sort of horizontal row like this. So go under a table, hold the table edges and just pull yourself up. Hopefully that'll help. But the good thing about pull-ups and everything like that is that you can progressive overload over time. So once you've mastered your pull-ups and you can get a decent amount of reps in, you can maybe put your backpack on, your school backpack on. That'll probably add like 5 pounds. And later you can put even more stuff in, more books in, all that type of stuff, and progressive overload over time. So just a program I'd recommend is 2 sets of failure of pull-ups, 2 sets of failure of chin-ups, and 2 sets of failure of the horizontal rows that you can do at home. Now for leg day, again, this one is going to be pretty hard, but it's pretty hard to progressive overload over time once you get stronger. But I would just start out with squats. Those are very simple. It targets the glutes, most of your leg muscles and all of that type of stuff. And for the calves, I just do single leg calf raises. And if those are too hard, you can just do, normal calf raises. And for like the hamstrings, there's this thing, I forgot what it's called, but you put your foot under the couch, and then you just get yourself up. I'll probably put it on the screen on how it works. But that trains your hamstrings very well. And for the quads, I'd recommend doing sissy squats. It's pretty hard to explain, but again, I'll just put a picture up here and you guys will probably know what it means. But again, make sure to perfect your form. Watch a video again, because, form can get tricky during squats and all that type of stuff. So just all in all, I recommend doing squats, 2 times failure, You know, you can do some harder variations like Bulgarian split squats. Those train your glutes very well. You can add them in if you want to, but they're very painful sometimes. You know, for body weight, it's not, but once you add like weights when you're holding dumbbells, it gets very annoying. And you can also do like jumping lunges. I'm pretty sure that's what you call them, where you alternate each leg and stuff like that. But, you know, what I just recommend is 2 sets of failure of squats, then 2 sets of failure of sissy squats, and then 2 sets of failure of one leg calf raise. And I feel like most people are able to do that. Calf raises aren't super hard. It's just kind of hard to progressive overload again, but you can just put a backpack on. You can still do squats like that. But again, you know, your leg strength can explode and all of that type of stuff, and the backpack might not keep up with your strength. But yeah, I basically just went through all the stuff you need to know on how to get bigger at home. You don't really need to watch any other videos on how to get bigger at home. The only thing you really need to do is just to start working out at home. That's basically it. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I post my self-improvement and fitness journey on this YouTube channel while also trying to help others with videos like this. But yeah, anyways, this is the video and I'll see you guys next one.